Jason never expected his summer to begin with stage curtains and mascara. When his younger sister Megan begged him to help rehearse for her high school play, and he rolled his eyes, but agreed. It was just reading lines, right? But Megan had other ideas. "The play's about identity," she chirped. "You'll get it if you wear the full costume." She handed him a flowing lavender dress, a black wig and strappy flats, and Jason groaned. She winked. "It's just for fun." The moment he put on the costume, something odd went through him, like a breath held too long or static. The room shimmered. Jason stood in front of the mirror Megan had brought out of her closet. The wig framed his face a little too well. It felt like the dress was tailored to him. It hugged his waist. "Creepy," he muttered, but his voice cracked on the word. Softer, higher. "Did you hear that?" Megan's eyes widened. "Your voice." Jason cleared his throat, but it stayed light. He rubbed his arms and blinked. Smooth. His body hair was gone. A wave of dizziness hit, and he sat down hard. "Megan, something's wrong." She frowned. "Or something's very, very right." He tried to yank the wig off, but it didn't budge. It felt real. His scalp tingled. The lavender dress rippled with heat. Beneath it, Jason's chest tightened. He gasped as twin mounds pushed gently outward, pressing against the fabric. "Megan!" he shouted, but it came out as a squeaky soprano. She stared at him, both hands over her mouth. "Oh my God, Jason, you're turning into a girl." Jason stumbled toward the mirror. His face, her face, had shifted. Softer jawline, fuller lips, and those eyes, still his, but framed with long lashes. This couldn't be happening. "Take it off! Take it off!" Jason begged. Megan hesitated. "Maybe you're supposed to finish it." He hated the idea, but something inside him sparked. It was a strange flutter, not fear, but curiosity. He looked down at his hands, slimmer fingers. His legs, smooth and feminine now, were elegant in the flats. He whispered, "It's like the costume's rewriting me." Slowly, Megan nodded. "Maybe it's not just a costume," he said. "Maybe it's magic," he said. Jason's heart was pounding. "Why me?" Megan looked thoughtful. "Perhaps it chose you, or maybe you needed it." Jason struggled against the change, walking around the room as his body changed. Her hips became slightly wider. His waist became slimmer. Every step felt different because his center of gravity had shifted. Foreign, familiar, confusing. Megan dug through her bag and took out the script. What if the answer is found within the play? She handed it over. Jason scanned the page and froze. Lily, the main character, learns to appreciate another person's feelings. "That's so strange," he muttered, sounding almost like he was singing. Even so, as he went through Lily's lines, they seemed right, like memories almost. By the time he reached page 20, Jason had changed so much he didn't recognize the person in the mirror. The boy was gone. He was replaced by a beautiful, slender young woman with intelligent hazel eyes, delicate features. As he touched his face, he could not believe how right it felt. A tingling deep inside his abdomen startled him, like something was growing. Megan lowly said to Jason, "Your stomach." A gentle roundness had begun to form beneath the dress. Jason looked down, stunned. "I feel warm and full." Megan grabbed his hand. "Jason, I think you're pregnant." Panic rose, then it went away. It wasn't as scary as he thought it would be. It was a peaceful place, right? The warmth increased with every breath, holding him close inside. Jason, now Lily, made her way to the chair, placing her hand on her growing belly. "I sense it," she said softly. "Life." Megan got down on her knees and began to cry. "The play. It's the process of becoming a different person, someone whole." Lily shut her eyes. "I remembered a girl dancing in the rain, laughing with her friends, and dreaming about being a mother." She gasped. These weren't Jason's own memories. They belonged to Lily. They were truly beautiful. Lily sat in stunned silence. Every breath filled her lungs with a strange calm. The weight in her womb wasn't heavy. It was grounding, purposeful. Megan handed her a brush. "Your hair's real now. Wanna see?" Lily nodded. Megan brushed the soft waves slowly. "You're glowing," she said quietly. Lily smiled shyly. "I don't even know who I am anymore." Megan touched her arm. You're someone becoming who they were always meant to be." The words wrapped around Lily like a lullaby. She didn't argue. She just let herself feel. Over the next few days, Lily adapted. She moved differently, spoke more softly, felt waves of emotion that Jason had buried for years. Megan taught her how to walk gracefully, apply makeup, and speak from the heart. "You're a natural," she said. Lily blushed. Her growing belly changed how she sat, how she breathed, how she thought. She started humming lullabies without realizing. Even her dreams changed. No longer Jason's wild ambition, but Lily's gentle hope. To love, to nurture, to live a story of softness and strength. When their parents returned from their weekend trip, Megan was nervous. "What if they don't believe it's you?" But Lily stood tall. "They'll feel it," and they did. Her mother gasped, instantly recognizing something familiar in Lily's eyes. Her father's face softened with confusion, then acceptance. "Jason?" he asked. Lily took his hand, placed it gently on her belly. "Not anymore," she said. Her mother cried. Her father nodded slowly. "You seem happy." Lily smiled. "I've never felt more like myself." It wasn't a confession. It was a truth finally spoken aloud. Adjusting to her new form wasn't just about appearance. It was emotional, spiritual, and even instinctive. Lily, as she now felt compelled to call herself, found her senses heightened in unfamiliar ways. The way sunlight hit her skin through the curtains felt warmer. Music stirred feelings she couldn't explain. She noticed things, shapes, colors, textures, in a softer, more emotional light. Her body was changing, yes, but her mind was adapting too. She wasn't fighting the transformation anymore. It was like her soul had been waiting for this all along. Megan noticed it too. "You smile differently now," she said one morning while braiding Lily's hair. "Like you found something you didn't know you lost." Lily didn't answer. She didn't need to. Her hand rested gently on her now pronounced belly. The life inside her wasn't a burden. It was a bond. Something magical had chosen her, not cursed her. And somehow, she felt honored. They kept it quiet for a while, this new reality between the two of them. Megan documented the changes, wrote journal entries, and even recorded rehearsals with Lily's new voice, delivering the lines with emotion Jason could never summon. One afternoon, Megan played back an early recording of Jason fumbling through a scene. They both laughed. "I sound so awkward," Lily giggled. "It's like watching someone else." But deep down, she felt a quiet ache. Jason was gone now. That voice, that mannerism. It was a ghost. Megan turned serious. "Do you miss being him?" Lily hesitated. "Sometimes," she whispered, "but not in the way you think. I miss understanding him, but I don't want to go back. I think this is who I was always supposed to be." Megan hugged her tight. "Then let's make sure the world knows Lily." Together, they crafted a new wardrobe, new backstory, and a new confidence for the girl that had once been her older brother. Lily began going out in public, first in small steps, a walk around the block, a trip to the corner cafe. She felt the eyes sometimes, but not in the way she feared. No one recognized her as Jason. They saw a glowing, pregnant young woman with a calm presence and gentle smile. It was both liberating and surreal. Once, an elderly woman at the grocery store offered her seat, placing a wrinkled hand gently on Lily's belly. "You're going to be a wonderful mother," she said with a warm smile. Lily's throat tightened. She nodded silently, blinking back tears. She was starting to believe it herself. The dress, the costume, had long been replaced with real clothes now. Comfortable dresses, soft maternity wear, and warm slippers became her favorite things. Her movements became more fluid, feminine, natural. And every morning she woke up to gentle kicks and fluttering in her womb, reminding her this was no dream. One evening, Megan brought home a scrapbook project for school. "Let's make one for you," she said excitedly. Lily raised an eyebrow. "A scrapbook for a person who didn't exist 2 weeks ago?" Megan smiled. "That's exactly why we need one." They printed photos, old and new, side by side. Jason at his high school graduation and Lily now, hands on her belly, glowing with maternal warmth. "You can see it in your eyes," Megan said softly. "The peace. You've never looked like that before." Lily flipped through the pages, slowly understanding what Megan saw. It wasn't about forgetting Jason. It was about embracing who she had become. Her journey wasn't a loss, it was a transition, a becoming. And with every page, Lily felt more real. Not like someone pretending to be a girl, not even someone changed, but someone born, at last, into her own skin. Their parents finally sat them down a week later, unable to ignore the growing changes. "We need to talk," their mother said gently, her voice caught somewhere between concern and wonder. Lily took a deep breath. "I'm not Jason anymore," she said. "I didn't plan this, but I don't want to change it back. I'm happy. I'm me." She guided their hands to her belly. The room fell silent. Their father blinked rapidly, but didn't pull away. "You feel real," he said quietly. Their mother's lip trembled as she touched Lily's face. "You look so much like I did when I was pregnant with Megan." The room felt warm, safe. No yelling, no rejection, just confusion wrapped in unexpected acceptance. "We'll need time," her father said finally. "But we love you. That's not changing." Lily nodded, tears falling freely. That was all she needed to hear. With her family's tentative support, Lily embraced the final weeks of her transformation. Every day brought new sensations, a shifting weight in her belly, tenderness in her back, emotions bubbling with no clear cause. Yet none of it felt wrong. Her body felt complete, like it had simply remembered what it was always meant to do. Megan threw her a baby shower, just the two of them. They decorated the living room in soft pastels and laughed over baby name lists. "What about Ava?" Megan offered. "Or Claire?" Lily placed her hands on her stomach, whispering each name aloud. "Claire," she finally said, smiling. "It feels right." That night, as she lay in bed cradling her belly, Lily whispered, "Hi, Claire. I can't wait to meet you." And for the first time, she felt a kick so clear it made her gasp and laugh at the same time. The school's play was coming up fast, but Megan had a bold idea. "You should perform instead of me," she said. Lily looked shocked. "Me? On stage?" Megan nodded. "You've lived this role more than anyone. You don't have to act. It's you." At first, Lily refused, but the more she thought about it, the more it made sense. She memorized the lines, practiced the movements, wore her own dresses instead of costumes. When the night of the play arrived, Lily stood behind the curtain, her heart pounding. The audience buzzed beyond the velvet drapes. Megan squeezed her hand. "You've already transformed. Now show the world." And with that, Lily stepped into the light. The energy in the performance was amazing. Lily's words were full of true feeling. Everything they did was sincere. While the story was told, those watching became deeply involved. It was the story of finding out who they are. Lily's move was touching when she spoke about rebirth, so beautifully, with her full stomach. Everyone in the audience stood up and cheered for the honest emotion on stage, not only for the acting. Backstage, Megan quickly ran up to her. "You were perfect," she cried. Lily smiled even though she was crying. "I wasn't pretending. I just said what happened." At that point, she understood. Her story belonged to others as well. It was meant for anyone who had ever felt stuck in a version of themselves that wasn't real. After the show, people who saw her after the concert were both curious and full of awe. "I felt like you were really acting," one woman commented. Lily just nodded in response. "It was." A teen who was only a little older than Megan said, "I wish I had your courage." Lily smiled and held her hand. "It's not about being fearless. It's important to be honest with yourself before anything else." As soon as she went to bed that night, she felt the familiar feeling of small movements in her belly. Claire was about to arrive. She wasn't frightened by the thought. It brought her excitement. A different kind of life. A new milestone. A new start that came about through accepting herself, instead of fearing who she was. The windows danced with soft rain that morning when Claire was born. Her fingers shaken, Lily held her daughter in her arms for the first time by the hospital bed. Her love swelled with a love she'd never known. Lily's journey had started in a bedroom mirror as well. One borrowed costume, one silly rehearsal, and one moment of magic. But it was finished silently in front of a mirror all her own. That journey was brought now, and life was in the world. Lily whispered into her as Claire cooed gently in her arms, "Thank you." She didn't know if it was for the thing she was wearing or the place she was in or her own bravery. Maybe I blame all three. Of one thing I was sure, Lily was real, she was whole, and she was home. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.